my Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I'm Arika Galadurthan, the head of Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the Dorwinion campaign, as we have now joined with the elves and sided with elven culture, thus allowing training of elven troops, increased armor throughout most of our units, and a focus more on war than economy. However, at the moment, we are in a somewhat of a tricky position with Run, as they are pressing on Carvarad, Fourth Winter, and Arathur. Although Arathur has a reasonably large garrison, as you can see, so should be able to hold off these meagre troops around them.
My lord.
But what lurks in the gloom is always what is the real threat, that which we do not know. But we are at an end turn. I will just quickly send out Brandir to build me some towers.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
He will almost certainly be attacked, but he'll push back to Arathur, so it makes no odds.
Over the lands.
Your orders, my lord.
And then we'll send him out a little later to continue doing the same job. But we'll end turn for now. Also, in follow-up to my Easterling video, we've now that I've done the Easterling video, we should all be well versed in what we are likely to face fighting against Run. And we know which units to fear and which units will be easy pickings. However, also following on from that video, if you haven't checked out the video with myself and Little Blue Ferret playing Orcs Must Die 2, then please do. It's on my main channel page, featured in the section at the top. And we play the game together, and we certainly shall continue playing the game together in the future. So, if you like it, there will be more of me and her, and if you like her, then feel free to subscribe and watch the rest of her videos. The Nazgul proving that they are unkillable and returning in droves to their two related locations. What do we want from Fourth Winter? Can't retrain any of them. I'm assuming it does not like us, correct? So we could go with Standing Stones, but at the minute I think that region's a bit too up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen there, so we'll leave it alone for now. Retrain units from there. The army of Carvarad, I'm almost certain, will attack soon.
I will not waste words on you.
I'm not sure why they haven't already attacked, to be perfectly honest. Get some of the smaller, cheaper buildings built. I know that YouTube user Albert, I want to say Brion, it could be Brionez, could be Brionesh, I'm uncertain on the pronunciation of your surname, but you do not like me queuing up my building queues even when I have no money, and he has kindly warned me that if I continue down this path I'm going to be £10,000 in debt, or 10,000 gold in debt, and I will only have myself to blame. However, this being my...
Yes, my lord.
To coin a local term, my umpteenth campaign,
my lord.
am well aware that I probably will never be horrendously bankrupt, and I will certainly beat Run and then continue on for victory. But the question is what to do right now. I'm not sure that we're really strong enough to take them.
I will not waste words on you.
Got quite a lot of good units there. Although we've got quite a lot of good units as well, actually, so... And over here, I think we're going to have to resort to...
Yes, my lord. Your orders,
general killing.
I will not waste words on you.
Captain Kemak, Captain
I will not waste
Let's take on
words on you.
Beertown.
To battle.
We'll leave that garrison there to try and hold off anything that attacks to them. They're trading units to hold off as well, but those two might join together and take somewhere less defended, such as Othelbed. And what are our agents doing at the moment? He is in Lothlorien for some reason. Oh, and the ring is in Dol Guldur. Have I got any missions at the moment that I'm not sure of? Wrong side. Blockade Mistrand, alright, so no issues there. Let's push on for Rohan and see if we can...
yes, tomorrow's journey planned out.
Make peace with our fellow Northmen. We'll end the turn again. See what happens. In the description of Run, I was reading when I started the faction overview yesterday. The description speaks of the Easterlings from the First Age. And now this is obviously certainly a topic for debate. This is going to be a risky one. We might win, we might not. But I was under the impression that the Easterlings of the First Age, the only thing they have in common with the Easterlings of the Third Age is their name. So in Beleriand, in the first stage, they're called Easterlings because they come from the east of Beleriand, which is the whole of Middle-earth. Whereas in the third age, they're called Easterlings because they come from the farthest east of Middle-earth. So the eastern border has shifted since Beleriand sank under the sea. And I always assumed, and given that there doesn't seem to be any official text that I'm aware of that links the Easterlings of the first and third age together, they just share the same name. Whereas, as I said, the text description that you get at the start of every campaign, the scroll that pops up and gives you some feedback about who you're fighting as, that seems to suggest that they are the same people, just retreated even further into the east after the fall of Beleriand. But I don't think that's true. And of course I could be wrong. Alright, we've hit. We have killed 30% in the initial charge. Pull everyone out. Not bothered about archers or anything like that. You hit them, you hit them, you turn and hit them, and you hit them. Oh, they didn't charge very well onto those clan guard, did they? Oh, Balkoth as well. You guys, Balkoth. Shift focus. Clan guard are slaughtering some of them. Oh, get a good charge in there. Oh, perfect. Absolutely slaughtered them. What are those against those raiders? Oh, they're up against clan guard. Pull out. Get a good charge, get a good charge. Oh, excellent. That's pretty much wiped them out in one.
Only half the enemy force remains.
They're still being dogged by, what is that, Candish raiders. Fools. Oh, they did generally kill all of them, and you flanked them as well.
Good tidings.
Oh,
The enemy general lies dead.
That was perfect. Keymac has fallen. 72% plays 41. They're all dead up there. They seem to all be dead down there. Perfect. Pushing them to their limit.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands!
Apologies that is Boromir, but there are very few powers that are sort of generic. And the leadership one is
For
a
the
useful
moment,
power.
the fortune of battle goes
Just
our
happens
way.
to have
Let's
Boromir.
pray it remains as such.
Although he never says Gondor in that snippet, does he? He just says the land of my people fall into enemy hands, so it does work. Who is still fighting? Why have we not won this? You are joking me. Good lord, they really don't like us. Those 5 men are willing to stand against that.
The enemy army flees the field. The enemy are
23
utterly
dead,
vanquished.
637
This
killed.
is a great victory, worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
If that reflects the order in which they're in battle, then this general here was the victor. Of 222. And Thorwin killed no one. But Thorwin's quite possibly our greatest general. The peoples of Caras Falathrim stand against the evils of Run no more. And Thorwin is the embodiment of their vengeance.
A prime position to glory, honor, victory.
No. Desperation shows in their movements. A forward-thinking commander would have linked those two armies together and overrun either Carvarad, where it's far enough away from my front line for me to mount an effective defence, or taken Othelbed and held it. But Abatarik has decided to attack here on his own, where he shall then, unfortunately, meet his demise.
Men!
Thanks to the rather useful garrison script. There is a very nice depiction of Rohan's war camp. Potentially that could be Edoras, looking at the background, but it depends on each person's interpretation of Dunharrow, doesn't it? Oh, look at our captain! When did our captain get changed like that? Oh, Hummingbird, you snuck one past me. He looks incredible.
Archers!
That is great work indeed. Very, very pleased with that. Well done. Alright. Try and keep those guys alive, and we'll try and kill off the garrison. Biggest threat... Oh, crossbowmen won't be too effective. Their entire army is archers. Oh dear. Interesting to see how that goes when we will then just line people up to avoid arrow fire. Ah, they're so infuriating. I'm going to use you out on the edge. Well, I'll move you out in a moment, but there's no point senselessly getting killed by arrow fire when you don't need to. But as their entire army, as we've just seen, are archers, they're very unlikely to charge in. Maybe the cavalry... No, the cavalry's going to stop. Going to stop. You can run away. Yep, you're just killing yourself if you do that. Now move. I might as well charge them, I suppose, actually, and mightn't we? These guys are fully replenishable. No, hold on, hold on. Wait until these are in position. Now. They can't flee. Oh dear, we lost a lot. Losing a lot there. The crossbowmen still shooting us. Bet they are, the sneaky bastards. Let's have a look. Armoured defenders 1375. Counter Traitors 1075. We have more defence, but otherwise we're quite well matched. Oh, there's their cat. Hopefully we can get a kill on him. But I might as well speed it up. We're not really doing much, are we?
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
The clan hunters and the clan crossbowmen are
Only
both
half the enemy
abysmal
force remains.
in melee, and that's showing as to why there are 111 of them left, but only 74 of these left. It doesn't look like we lost a single vineyard unit, be they bowmen or shield bearers. No, we didn't. Ah, perfect. I do like to keep my set numbers. I like this unit, I think they look really good.
Our men have slain the enemy army flees the field. This is a clear
Lost
victory.
168. Casualties sustained. Oh, bowman lost one man. But they healed him. And of course the armoured defenders by the took the kill crown. As expected. Somebody has verified for us that that is indeed... Oh, I can't remember if they said Glorfindel or Ecthelion. I think that is indeed... Oh no, of course,
The
Glorfindel.
day is ours.
Tracking down the creator of that artwork and finding what he entitled it. As Glorfindel, fighting a valiant rearguard action in the mountains of Gondolin.
We're besieged.
Now, if I recall, Carvarad does not get a garrison, but we've attempted to try and train as many troops as we can to counter that. Time will tell. Ah, the barracks event has hit. I'm not economically ready for this. Fourth win the respected. Oh, Beertan's running away. As expected. Oh no, that army is definitely getting stronger. We don't really have anything to send down there.
Orders, yes.
Don't really want to build anything either.
I will not
Still
waste
only a
words
captain
on
there.
you.
Oh, they have full armor.
I will not waste words on you.
Interesting. Which means we can start construction here. Why don't we try and
Yes,
sever
my lord.
the gap between their heartlands and their mainlands? Once we've killed the forces of Carvarad.
I will not
Once we
waste
killed that
words on
army,
you.
sorry. Oh yes, please. See if we can get you on the next turn. Let's try and get an army out of these.
Your
We will
orders.
send-
Yes, my lord.
Horser,
Your orders,
in light
my
of your
lord.
valiant action last time,
Yes.
head to Santanwi.
We shall.
Yes, my lord.
4th win.
I will not waste words on you.
Deal with
As
Beaton.
you command.
Oh, good. Simple. In case anybody is joining us
Muster
midway
your
through
courage, men!
this season, the
We
reason I
march
save
into
before
battle!
each battle is not because I will then load it up if the battle doesn't go my way. It is purely to save if the game crashes for anyway. Those of you who may have been with Third Age from, well, either the start or for a long
The
time,
tide
such
of
as
battle
myself,
seems to have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
you will know that saving frequently is very, very important. Right, nothing fancy here, we're just going to charge at them. They're probably going to focus on Swine because he's got the largest number of men. Speed it up a bit. To run. Pause. Clansman. Clansman, Swine, Balcoff. Oh,
Only
that
half
was
the enemy force
unbelievably
remains.
destructive.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
Clan Hunters have dealt with the first unit.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies. Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
This time none will
It's
escape.
time to press the attack.
Our units are slow, but they're still faster than men on foot. Oh, do come along. There
Our
we are.
foe is
it makes
utterly
a nice start.
vanquished. Let all who remember this day remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
As expected, having a large number of units and that crippling charge that we just saw there, Swine got the most number of kills.
Hiding.
No!
Execute them all.
An
Camp sack, got a bit of
honourable,
money.
glorious victory.
4th win, the aggressive.
Your orders, my lord.
Is he our greatest general yet?
With
No.
honour.
Fine Regent Howin still is. Oh, we can get Mercs. Oh, yes, of course, Rovanion. For those unclear, this is a perfect opportunity to explain that Rovanion has the largest pool of mercenaries available in the entire game. So running from the east of Mirkwood all the way down, pretty much through, just along the southern border of the Iron Hills, all the way out to the two really sparse regions up here in the north, and then cutting down on this side of the Sea of Run and down I'm pretty sure along this river, but it may include the Heartlands of Run, but I'm not certain that it does. I'm fairly certain that it comes along this river down, and then along the northern border of Mordor, and then out up again to Mirkwood. This large region is called Rovanion, and within it are a great number of mercenary available troops, as you saw from
Yes,
the mercenary
my
list.
lord.
Particularly of note are the Privateer Axemen and Privateer Cavalry. If I've not said before, these used to be Dorwinion's units. Back when Dorwinion still had the look from their initial inception. So they weren't the most amazing quality. A great deal of work has gone into Dorwinion to bring them up to how they look now. But these two units, we do like to keep a few units in place, reminding us of where Dax started, essentially. And Privateers are just such two units. They are incredibly strong. They both have a really high attack and charge for the cavalry and the dismounted, as you can see, and both are effective against armour, with an incredible defence to back that up. So if you can ever train those mercs, then it's certainly advisable.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
I think if they attack this city, we'll be able to hold it. So I intend to do just that. Now it'll be ages before we can build anything here, but we can try at least with the thought process that we may well hold it. Oh, we don't have very much money now, do we? Oh, because Carvarad is being besieged.
I will not waste words on you.
I am sure they will attack us this turn. Oh, I forgot about him. Just trying to get map information. Fill up the map. Alongside the two privateer units, there are also the 3 Rovanion. So there's a Rovanion axe, rider, and I think spear, or possibly a javelin. and all 5 units are very, very good and more than worth their cost. Oh, Minister's under attack.
Yes, my lord. As you wish. What
Hello,
is it you wish to
friends.
discuss?
Fancy some trade rights?
It's good to very well. What
Prince
else
Aemir the
do you have to
Merciless.
suggest?
What about map information? Go on. Yes.
This seems quite reasonable.
You are at war with everyone by the looks of it. Oh, of course. The invasion on your
Another
capital.
proposition.
Oh,
We're
very
happy
generous.
to listen. How could we refuse? You have another worthy proposal, then.
But they reject
I do
that,
not
yeah.
believe. An honor and a pleasure. Farewell.
Helm's Deep has been reached. But unfortunately... Ah, that's very interesting to know. The Easterlings took Edoras in the invasion. Which means that even if we defeat them over here, they will live on in Edoras. Let's hope they don't create a second Easterling empire
Your
from
orders, my
the
lord.
heart of Rohan.
Yes.
Interesting to see, though, as we
Your
saw
orders.
there.
Yes.
Oh, there they are.
Is that what you want?
Dol Guldur are crossing the Anduin. They still haven't attacked. Indeed, they've actually sodded off, which could suggest that they too think they can't
Yes,
take
my
this
lord.
town and are moving for Fourth Winter
This
instead.
tower will keep vigil over the lands.
Or they've disappeared
Yes.
completely.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Oh,
tower
no,
will
there's nothing
keep
worse than an
vigil
enemy you
over
can't
Your
see.
orders, my lord.
We can go no further, my lord.
All of your orders, my lord, your orders, my lord. Just queues up here. Oh, I've turned that down way too low into my own ear there. Thought I turned the sound off by the sound of that.
Yes, my lord.
There we are. Construction complete in Saint-Anouilh. Oh, and you're building that entire selection, bar those 2 at the end. He is going to have a very, very nice
Your
army
orders,
to
my
team up
lord.
with. And then we'll sweep across to Carvarad, we'll remove Kilich.
I will not waste words on you.
Kilich, of course, his name, if he were Eastern European, could well be Killick. And then we head southern, that doesn't even make sense. We head south and we will take this region. Leaving Run, we see this is where the issue comes in. The minute we board on Mordor, they'll jump down our throats. Dol Guldur are busy at the moment, and unfortunately so are we. I know at the beginning I said I'd like to attack Dol Guldur, but until we've dealt with the initial threat of Run, we can't deal with Dol Guldur. The fastest way I've managed to defeat Run was playing as Dorwinion, and
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
I will not waste words on you. We shall engage.
oh, another easy victory. I was playing as Dorwinion. It was a long time ago now, possibly one of the second or third times I've ever
We
played
attack!
as him. And I defeated Run within 25 turns because I defended Caras Valathrim. I threw everything I had at it, and I also defended Saint-Anouilh, the western city. And I sent my entire army north, east along the northern coast
The
of the
tide
Sea
of
of
battle
Run,
seems
and
to
then
have
came
turned
down through
against
their
us.
heartland.
We must act and halt this turn of events.
And unfortunately, they fell to regicide after they threw every single general that they had at the start of the game at me. Right, we want them to bunch up again. It's exactly the same army again. So, Fourth Win, head out here. You head out here. Oh, I'm on the wrong controls. Speed up. Pause. Now you hit the Balkov. You hit the Hunters, and you hit the Clansmen. Let's see what happens. Good charge there.
Defeat seems almost
Good charge
certain.
there. Good charge there.
The battle seems... The enemy are badly bloodied.
Defeat seems
They have
almost
lost
certain, even though
half
we've
their
killed
men.
50% of their army. Right, that's logical.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands!
Again, we will ensure that nobody escapes.
The enemy army flees the...
So the victory against Run. We have taken as many steps as we can to ensure that any faction that has a family tree has a big family tree.
The enemy
So-
are utterly vanquished. This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
So, if you do try and go down the regicide route, it's very tricky because they have such a large family that there's always someone to can take up the reins. But my victory in 25 turns was back before we had extended their family to include almost every starting general.
No!
So I was able to beat them by killing maybe 3 generals in 3 key battles.
Glory, honor, victory!
It did lead to a rather interesting campaign,
Yes,
though,
my
because with Run completely gone, Cand moved into this gap. And I was fighting Cand on the borders of Run.
Your orders, my lord.
I
Yes, my
don't want to
lord.
go too far
Your
away because we
orders,
don't
my
know where
lord.
that massive army went. Although if I'm doing this well against Run, and there's a real possibility that he went to Dale. Can we train a spy with the money we've got? No, we can't, because they cost 50 more. That's such a joke.
My lord.
Head down to Gondor. Gondor have a castle here.
Without question. Stopping here. Yes, my lord.
I don't know if me knowing where most of the towns and cities and everything are, or me knowing a lot of the unit stats makes the campaign
Your
more or
orders,
less
my lord.
interesting. Oh, perfect. Because on the one hand, obviously, it's nice to know everything. But from the point of view of somebody watching, no, you know
Yes,
what, we're
my
going
lord.
to... Caution to the wind.
Yes. As
Straight
you
for
command,
Curvasig. Assault
we
them!
shall prevail.
Oh, maybe that was not a good idea. Don't assault them. Just besiege them. We can take him on in his own, but those 2 units with them, not so sure. So there's a very real chance that Dale are picking up a lot of the slack for us. But as I say, knowing a great deal about the game may lead to the viewership becoming reasonably dull, because it leaves very little surprises. Like, I'm never going to look at a unit and be like, oh, wow, look at that unit. I'm going to be like, oh, they've got them already. So it skews it somewhat. But then, I don't know. I thoroughly enjoy playing it. And I've received a great deal of support thus far. So thank you all for that indeed. Right, a battle to end the video shall be the battle against Killick. We are outgunned. This unit is superior to us. These are certainly superior. And his Candish hunters are as well. But we do have the advantage of walls. But not for the first time in the Dorwinion campaign.
Prepare for battle.
There's a chance we might lose. Unlike the Northern Dunedain campaign, where unfortunately, if you can deal with Angmar quickly, the game is quite simple. Interesting and enjoying thanks to their recruitment system, and as if you've seen the new Northern Dunedain campaign I have, the rest of the world is doing very
seems to
badly.
have turned against us. We must act and halt this turn of events.
But as Dorwinion, there's a real chance that you may actually lose battles. You don't have overwhelming strength on your side. Right, what are they going with? The crossbowmen are going to be on the walls, so we can try and out-melee them. But we can't beat them at melee. Oh, this is a tricky one. The crossbowmen are stronger than us. There are no two ways about that. Who have we over here? Archers. I don't really like archers on walls. I think it wastes their potential.
Archers, onward. Onward. Forward.
Where are those ladders going to go? Almost certainly round there and onto there, aren't they?
Infantry.
Oh, we just don't really have any good plans here, and these guys can't lay stakes.
Archers.
I don't like holding on the wall. I just think it really minimises your attack potential, but it does give you the towers. But I think you're far more likely to survive if you pull back to the narrow corridor of the town square.
Stand and fight.
I also don't think they'll be able to beat Candish raiders in battle.
Move out.
Absolutely no way.
Guards. Guards.
Head. We'll give it everything we can.
Guards. Infantry. Infantry.
Try and swarm them as they break through the gate.
Forward. Archers.
Right, we'll speed it up as they get closer. Exactly as expected with the crossbowmen and the towers.
Our enemy's ladders have reached our walls. It's time for butcher's work. Curse it! Our cunning foe has reached our walls with their siege tower. We must repel them.
Get rid of them, get rid of them, get rid of them, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. Get off, get off, you idiots! No! And now that's...
Blast their eyes! The enemy's ram is through our gates.
Archers. Halt.
Those ones will now die, and then these ones will be free to do what they want.
Defeat seems almost certain. The walls are no longer ours. The enemy have taken them.
Cavalry's coming. Situation. 28% of them have died thus far. Halt. Shoot things. No, shoot the cavalry. Shoot the cavalry. How have we not got the walls? We're on the wall. That you've used all your arrows. Yeah, come on. The crossbowman, interestingly, ran immediately off the wall. They now have used up everything. So run through to that side. Go,
Our
go,
general, the enemy are badly bloodied. They have
Poor-
lost
no,
half their
why
men.
oh.
We've lost half of our men.
Why on earth are you fleeing? Gonna lose, aren't we? They ran for absolutely no reason. The archers. And now they've all been killed because of that. Cowardice is unfathomable. Carvarad has given his life, and these archers have not. You do not deserve the chance again. I trust you'll die on the path up here, for if I had the option I would have you summarily dismissed through execution. At least the shield bearers gave an account of themselves before they died. So we've lost Carvarad. So Horsa is going to have to get to Saint-Anouilh very quickly and muster our reinforcements.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
Makes you wonder what makes one unit so terrible and one unit so good. These archers
Defeat seems almost certain.
fought long and hard and lost many men fighting for their
Our
lives.
foe has
here.
taken control of the city.
But the archers on the walls broke before the first man had even stepped foot off the wall. They weren't even in combat, they hadn't lost any men. They just broke.
Our enemies may have won this battle, but they've not won this war.
I am disappointed. Not necessarily at the loss of Carvarad, we will take it back, but we have a vastly superior army coming from Saint-Anouilh, and it's only three turns away. Of course, were this game very, very accurate, the loss of Carvarad would create a very real morale problem within Dorwinion itself, as we are not a police state, so if information is freely given around, they would learn quickly of the loss of Carvarad, and they would expect
Your orders, my
answers.
lord.
Right, what are you still training? Those two units. So the entire army can
By
move
your
out
command.
immediately.
Yes, my lord.
So
Assembling
it'll
a
be
mighty
Carvarad
host
back immediately,
to battle.
and then those two can become. What is the garrison here? Apologies, everyone. 2 and 2. So you 4. The loss of Carvarad will see us lose money, which is not good. However, Kurvisig hasn't fought back. Aha! Mengetu has returned.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
So we made the right call there. He didn't head into this section. And now maybe they feel that they're slightly stronger given that they've taken Carvarad. Time will tell. For now, this will end the video here. So as ever, thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. Stay tuned again still further for the last 2 remaining faction overviews and the Northern Dunedain campaign, the Umbar campaign, and the start of the Anduin campaign. And indeed, again, as I've said, if you haven't checked it out, do check out the video with Little Blue Ferret on the channel wall playing Orcs Must Die 2. As there will be many more videos such as that, and there are a few where we played Sanctum as well, so do have a look at that, and feel free to leave feedback on her videos. That would be greatly appreciated for us both. But for now, that will end this video. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them on YouTube. I'll try and answer them if YouTube allows me to, or indeed head to Total War Center and post them there. But I would stress that please read the first post on Total War Center. You don't need an account to read the post. Click on the link that is on either my channel, on the big picture at the top in the bottom right, or in the description. Go to Total War Center and read the known bugs and extra information section, because it will answer almost every single question that we get asked daily. So please head there and read the information on that post. There is not very much of it, and it will answer many of your questions. So there we are. But for now, that's the end. So as ever, dear friends, Nevar Naden Pedimad Melonin, and farewell.